Guys, Yamoshi's son has appeared. His name is Hercules and he wants to avenge his father's death, and to do so he will do anything to hurt the feelings of his mother Yamoshi and the new goddess of destruction, and to protect everything she loves most, she will borrow the legendary Excalibur sword from Daishinkan, and you will see all this now and much more. But first, leave your like. We will reach 3,000 likes. As soon as this goal is reached, I will bring the next episode in the sequence, and of course subscribe to the channel. Good. That being said, let's get started. In the Celestial Dimension. Currently in the Celestial Dimension, this being the dimension where Zeno, the Absolute Being, lives together with his advisor, the High Priest Daishinkan, it was possible to see that Zeno was in a room playing with his version of the future that Goku had brought from another timeline to be Zeno's friend, and they were being watched by Daishinkan, who remained standing in a corner watching his two masters having fun. But it didn't take long for him to feel the presence of one of his sons, who was accompanying Yamoshi, the new goddess of destruction of 7 Degree Universe, and the presence of both ended up piquing the High Priest's curiosity. Daishinkan thought, apparently something serious must have happened in the 7th universe for Whis and Yamoshi to have come here, and from the aura that I can feel from Yamoshi, it must be something worrying. Now I wonder if the reason they came here is something important for the 7th universe, or is it only important for Yamoshi? The High Priest asked himself in his thoughts as he felt the presence of one of his sons and Yamoshi slowly approaching him. Daishinkan said, "It looks like we have guests, so I'll go and talk to them. Until I return, protect our masters, and if they need anything, they can come to me and let me know." He spoke, and suddenly Zeno's two bodyguards appeared next to Daishinkan and nodded in agreement, showing that they both heard the High Priest's orders, and with that they went to the two Zenosama, and Daishinkan went to Yamoshi and Whis. Daishinkan said, "It's been a while since I saw you two. The last time was when you came to return Excalibur, and also when Yamoshi officially became the goddess of destruction of the 7th universe." The High Priest commented politely as he approached the guests, and just by looking at Yamoshi's face, it was possible to notice that she was more serious than usual, and at the same time worried about something unknown to the High Priest. Whis said, "It's really been a while since we saw each other, Father, but we came today to make a request to you." The angel spoke respectfully towards his father, who was already imagining that they came to make a wish. After all, Goku was not with them, and this already showed that it was something serious, since he appeared to play with Zeno and sometimes brought his son with Yamoshi. Daishinkan said, "I had already imagined that you came to ask a question or ask for something. After all, if it were a casual visit, Miss Yamoshi wouldn't have that expression on her face. What would her request be?" "Depending on the request, I can help," Yamoshi said. "I would like to borrow Excalibur, and after resolving a certain matter, I will return it immediately." She spoke and faced the High Priest, who had a calm expression on his face. Daishinkan spoke, "And what exactly do you need Excalibur for?" He asked the goddess of destruction, and she seemed to hesitate for a moment, but ended up sighing before answering. Yamoshi said, "Basically, my son Hercules, who I thought was dead several years ago, ended up appearing. In reality, his father hid him and deceived me by saying that he was dead, and also deceived him by saying that I had abandoned him, and now he thinks that I was responsible for the death of his father, who in Hercules' eyes was his only family. And as you may already know, I have a son with Goku. His name is Yamato, and Hercules knows about his existence, and he wants to see me suffer, just like he suffered when he lost his father, and because of that he wants to kill Yamato and probably Goku too, since I think he knows that I like Goku, and as I had a son with him, it's kind of obvious that I already had feelings for him," explained the goddess of destruction from the 7th universe, while looking at the High Priest, who began to analyze her situation, and he ended up laughing lightly at Yamoshi's family situation, something that surprised her, and even Whis didn't expect that. His father's reaction. Whis thought, "Did my father end up laughing at Yamoshi's situation? Normally he is very serious about any situation, be it one involving angels, the gods of destruction, or even the universes, and the only times I have seen him laughing were extremely rare events, like the one time he got much more serious, which was when an ancient evil being ended up trying to kill Zenosama. I wasn't there to see that battle, but I think it was at that time that Excalibur ended up being created, and perhaps this evil being was the first evil being to lose his life by the blade of Excalibur in the past." He thought the angel while looking at his father, who had been smiling until that moment. Daishinkan thought, family problems so serious that they could possibly put an entire universe at risk, and everyone else could be at risk too. Why does this remind me of the past? He thought before sighing and remembering his old wife who ended up becoming a threat that he had to stop her along with some of his older children, but this was something that only he knew, and apart from him, no one else had knowledge about it. Such an event. Yamoshi said, "I don't know exactly where you found the humor in my current situation, but if possible, I would like to be able to use Excalibur to defeat Hercules, just like his father. He has a very powerful evil energy, and to defeat him, I need the Excalibur, or if not, he will end up destroying the entire 7th universe and eliminating me in the process, and if he is more like his father, he will probably want to go to the other universes to destroy them, not because he needs to, but because he wants to." She said, trying to convince Daishinkan to allow her to use Excalibur to defeat his firstborn son. Daishinkan said, "And why exactly do you need Excalibur to do this? That Saiyan called Son Goku used Excalibur to defeat Hiroke, and from what I know, he managed to use the full power of the transformations without using Excalibur, which shows that he has a certain percentage of gold divine power within him, so he would be able to face his son Yamoshi, and he would be able to eliminate him, so I don't see the need to use Excalibur in this mission," said the High Priest while looking at Yamoshi, and he really didn't see the need to leave a weapon as powerful as Excalibur in Yamoshi's hands, since Goku had enough pure energy to hurt and eliminate Yamoshi's firstborn son. Whis said, "Looking from that point of view, it really wouldn't be necessary to use Excalibur to be able to face and defeat Hercules. In that way, Goku could defeat and eliminate him without the need for you to have to do that, Yamoshi. That way, you wouldn't have to carry the guilt of having eliminated your own son. After all, even though he's bad, he's still your son," said the angel, already knowing how his new goddess of destruction would feel if she really had to eliminate Hercules. Yamoshi said, "I know it would be easier to let Goku eliminate him so I wouldn't feel guilty and bitter, but I know that the power that Hercules has at the moment is much greater than Goku's power, since even though my son is young, he was a great prodigy who could easily surpass the power of his father and I, and now with his hatred, he must have a higher level of power than his father Hiroke, and I know that at the moment only I can defeat him, and possibly Yamato could defeat him, but he is too young and still weak. If he had time, maybe he could defeat his older brother, but at the moment I know that I am the only one capable of defeating him, and he is my son, which makes him mine responsibility of dealing with this situation, and that's why I need Excalibur right now." She spoke with a certain regret in her voice. Daishinkan said, "Apparently you're not going to give up on this, so I'll lend Excalibur to you, but it will take a while since I ended up sealing it, and the seal is very strong," he said while looking at Yamoshi and then starting to walk to the place where the sacred sword was. With that, we will end today's video. If you want to see the continuation of this incredible story, leave a lot of likes on the video and comment, and don't forget to subscribe to the channel. So see you another day, guys.